Okay. Should white people be allowed to adopt black babies? That's what I want to talk about today, guys. Yes, I know you can already tell I have makeup on today. Weird, I know. So what happened is I had to shoot an audition clip, and it was required that glam up, touch yourself up, and look the part. That's why I had to have makeup on, and I just finished doing that now. So I just wanted to come on here and make this quick video. So I'm going to be taking the makeup off right now. Because my face feels heavy. Okay, so the question, should white people be allowed to adopt black babies? So I can buy this. Why am I petty when I'm still going to get rid of it? Can I scratch, please? I'm about to get rid of it anyways, but let me stay a little bit. I know, for a change, let me be cute on camera. So I can buy this video on TikTok. I'm just going to put it on for you guys to see. Time to get our buzz on. All them other boys wanna wind you up and
Story time. I was adopted by a wealthy white family, and to say that they were racist is the understatement of the year. The mother was particularly a problem. She threw the N-word at me on multiple occasions, even told me once to keep my, quote, cotton-picking paws off her stuff. I was forced to keep my hair incredibly short because they didn't like me growing my hair out because it was, quote, unprofessional. Constantly told that people of my race were inferior to them, coached me on how to be a less threatening large black person. They forced me to work outside on their 10-acre horse farm for 10 plus hours a day during the summertime without pay. Called me a child of Cain when I brought my white girlfriend home for the first time. Said that my soul was tainted and so was my lineage because of the color of my skin. Kept me so malnourished that I didn't hit puberty until college. Tried to force me into sports because that was my race's strong point and discouraged anything that had to do with academics. If I showed any sign of disrespect, even the slightest, I was immediately beaten and spent the night in the barn. But you know who didn't get treated like that at all? The white kids they adopted. Not saying this young lady is, but just because you adopt a black child does not automatically make you not racist. I said what I said.
Over the years, I've heard people say we should not allow white people to adopt black babies. Of course, because of how some white people treat the adopted black children. And then after listening to this guy's experience and how he was treated by his white adoptive parents, it's no wonder people are saying, no, we should not let white people adopt black children. There are some countries in Africa that are now saying no, they are not letting, white people come down and adopt black children anymore. Because of the stories, you understand, and the things that they've heard that they do to these children and do with the children and all the trauma that could come from it. All together, no, these people are saying that they do not want to be giving their children to foreigners anymore, to white people anymore.
Allow me to introduce you to my wrap tribe, a brand that specializes in making custom head wraps, bandanas, scrunchies, bonnets, you name it, guys. This brand takes fabric and they make it into magic. Wanna take your head wrap game to a whole different level? Then trust me, my wrap tribe got you covered. And why wear one of those boring looking masks you get from the store when you can wear these masks? And don't get me started on their bonnet game, guys. Like, oh my god, I love the fact that they make their bonnets adjustable. I always have issues when I'm getting a bonnet because I can never get a bonnet that fits right because my head is so small. So I get a very small bonnet, and then when I have braids in, I can't get that bonnet to fit in my braids. Then I have to get a big bonnet. And then when I get a big bonnet, the band won't fit. And then the bonnet wouldn't sit right on my head because, like I said, I have a small head. So it's always a hustle with a bonnet. So if you're like me and you can relate, whether or not you have a small head, I'm sure you can relate with the fact that there's always something wrong with the bonnet not fitting, and one bonnet just can't serve all purpose. But trust me, with this bonnet from my wrap tribe, one bonnet is all you need because you can adjust it to fit whatever hair magic you have going on at the moment. At the moment, they only ship within the United States. And for orders $50 and above, you get free shipping. All their information is down below in the description. So fam, please do check them out and support this business, okay? And thank you very much as you do so. Hi, this is Evie from Editing. So without taking much of your time, I just want to add here, for those of you who do not know, that I do free promotions here on the channel for small businesses only. Yes, and now we are done with the month of October. So moving on to the month of November, I'm not going to be taking any new requests because I had like businesses who requested to be part of this month that I could not fit into this month because the plan is to do just 2 to 3 monthly. So I'm going to be carrying those businesses over to the month of November. But if you want to request, maybe you can start requesting for the month of December. But if you request this month, I just want to let you know that I'm not going to be fixing you into this month after I looked into your business, because I do look into these businesses, okay? Some of you can already notice I have a weak bonnet game going on here because, see, like I said, my head is very small. I can never get a bonnet that fits, literally. See what I'm saying? Even if I have braids in this, it doesn't work. I go to bed like this and then I wake up like this. I'm like, oh my God, I'm being kidnapped, help, somebody help me. I'm like, oh, I wasn't kidnapped. I was just in my bonnet. So this is the reason why you need to get your bonnets and your head wraps and your mask and your headpieces and all that good stuff from my wrap tribe, okay? You don't want to be looking like this. Obviously, we need their help. Anyways, let's get back to today's video. Annyeong.
But personally, I do not have any issue with like white people, okay? Like as a collective, I do not have issues with white people. The people I have issues with are white people that are racist, white people that discriminate, white people that act like kitchen ants. You know, I have issues with the kitchen ants. But as a collective, do I hate white people? No. Do I think white people are terrible people? No. I do not think that all white people are bad people, all white people are racist. But when it comes to the issue of adopting, white people adopting black babies and whether or not we should let them or whether or not it's okay, saying altogether that white people should not adopt black babies is not a bad thing to say. I want to start off by saying this because, of course, we've seen like there's history with how some white people have treated their adoptive children. But then again, I feel like we don't put into consideration that yes, there are white people that adopt black children and do not treat them like, you know, like they are less than them or treat them poorly or treat them badly. So for us to come out and say all white people cannot adopt black children, of course we are scared. When we see a white person with a black adoptive baby, we're always thinking of all the bad things that they could be doing behind closed door to the kids. Which of course it's not like we just want to think that these people are bad people, but it's just that we have history to look at here, and history is telling us that a good number of these people do not treat their black adoptive babies or children right. When black people are coming out to say we do not want white people adopting black babies, they are not saying this because they feel you in particular that has like an adoptive black child is a racist person or is going to be like that person, but they feel that they don't live with you, they don't know how you are treating your kids, even though you come on camera and then you make the kids smile and you guys look like you're living like in this bubble in flowers and all that. We do not know because we are not living with you. So when black people come out and say no, I don't think this is right, no, I don't think I want this, we should put a stop to it, it's because of history here. We're always talking about history. You could be like the most angelic person, you could be like the most holy at thou whatever. Going into the comment section of this particular video proves the point, because in the comment section I saw a good number of other black people who were adopted by white people, and they too had their own stories.
Fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, darling, kiss me. Fill my heart with song and let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for.
I just want to add it here. I know this video is majorly on the topic of white people adopting black children, but I want to use this point to add that it doesn't matter what race the child is or what race the adoptive parents is. A child should be treated with love, period. Whether you're a black person adopting a black child or you choose to adopt a white child, it doesn't matter what child you're adopting, what race the child is from. Treat the child with love, period. I know some people might see this video as an attack on white people, which it isn't, but I'm not attacking anybody. I just want to call on parents to be a good parent. Whether you are adoptive parents, it doesn't matter. Be a good parent to your child. Be a good human being. What does it cost to be a good human being in this time and age? What does it cost? Nothing. Just be a good human being to people. Be good to people. Like, for crying out loud. Abba.
And it can be pretty daunting and tiring and stressful for a good white person who's adopted a black baby, who is treating their baby right, to be receiving this kind of backlash from black people or scrutiny from black people. But black people cannot help it, because then again, like I've said before, they are working with the history that they have. Main thing that inspired me to make this video is I wanted to ask, is there not a way that adoptive parents could be more scrutinized? I don't know, monitored, checked in on, without making the announcement that we are coming to check up on you understand? Is there not a way that these people can be monitored and make sure that these people who are coming to adopt children are doing it for the right reasons? They're not doing it so, I don't know, prove something to society, or because they have too much money to spare, or whatever, insidious reason or mad reason that they would probably have to want to adopt a child. Growing up, I used to think that people who go to adopt children are genuinely good people, you understand, or people who could not make their own babies and they want to adopt, or people who do not want to make their own babies and they want to adopt. But I used to think that they are genuinely good people who needed children, who wanted kids, you understand. And now finding out that there are people who just go out to adopt kids that they obviously hate, they obviously don't want, it's really like, why would you go to get something you do not want? I can't wrap my head around it. And I feel like these people do it as a power struggle, somehow to remind themselves of how they are superior, but then you do it at the expense of the kid. A lot of people walking on the face of the earth these days are high-key not normal. And there are people that pose the argument of you keep talking about how this and this, whatever, blah 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 blah, but would you rather the kids stay in foster care system, or would you rather the kids just be homeless and don't have a guardian and who to take care of the kids? But I do not feel like this is a good argument, because now we have kids that are not in the foster system, we have kids that are not homeless, we have kids that are not guardianless, we have kids that are supposed to have guardians, supposed to be safe and protected, but they are obviously not safe and protected. So the argument these people pose when they say, well, and would you rather the kids be like, still in the orphanage and homeless, or in the foster system, or whatever system that exists, I don't feel like that is like the right argument to come. Because are we saying that because these kids are not in the foster system, they were adopted, so it doesn't matter how these kids are being treated because they were adopted? That's not the point of the conversation. I don't know how people miss the point every single time. Black people are not complaining that white people should not be allowed to or stopped from adopting black children because they want to see those children homeless, in foster care system, not having a guardian and a provider. That's not what black people are saying. Black people are saying that they want these kids to be adopted by people who would actually love them, take care of them, give them a home, show them love and support, all that good family stuff, and family unit support system. They should have that. You coming out and saying how, well, would you rather the kids stay in the foster care system, it's just a stupid argument. Like, this kid is not in the foster system, but this kid is not in a better place anyways. Take him for example. According to the state, he had parents, he had a home, he had a support system, he had family, but was he living like he had family? Growing how he grew up, that can affect a child in ways that we cannot even begin to start using, like putting in words, you understand? Yes, I strongly believe that there should be bodies. I don't know if they are already. I don't know how it works. I don't even know how the adoption system works here in Nigeria, but I cannot tell you that I think it's working perfectly well. But I personally do not think that we should come out and say all white people cannot adopt black children. I feel like what we need to do is put more effort into scrutinizing the people and monitoring after the adoption has taken place to make sure that everything is going okay. So when you find out that something is not going right, you take the child back, you understand? But we cannot come out and say that everybody, every white person should not be allowed to adopt black children, because if you do that, there are good white people out there. There are white people that would genuinely love their black children, white people that would treat them nicely, just like they would treat their own children, white people that would not be racist towards them or discriminate them and treat them like they are less than, like this boy said his own parents were treating him. So but when we come out and say every single white person is like, you know, not allowed, we deprive children the opportunity of meeting that one white parent that would have been, you know, the parent that they needed. So people coming out to say how the kids should be asked, because I've seen some people saying that the kids should be asked once in a while. The kids may not be willing enough to want to share anything. What if they are coerced by the parents, threatened and all that? And we know how kids can be. Sometimes kids don't really share. The sad part is kids don't really talk, they don't really share. I remember growing up with my biological parents. I wasn't a sharer. I wasn't someone who shared with my mom and my dad what's going on in my life or whatever. I kept things to myself, and I was with my biological parents. So if we come out and say how kids should be asked questions, they might not really share anything to you, because not every kid is open enough to share with adults. I wasn't sharing anything with anybody growing up, not with siblings, not with parents, not with teachers. I pondered and kept things to myself, you understand? That's the kind of person I am. So imagine if I were adopted and then my parents were treating me poorly. How open would I have been to sharing, if I, like with people, my negative experiences, or if I was being treated poorly? The question I want to ask is, these white people that end up adopting black children, did they go to the orphanage requesting for black children, or did it just happen that it was a black child that was available and they had no issue with, you know, adopting a black child? Like, what is the situation surrounding the adopting of a black child? Is it because the person went requesting for a black child, or the person just happened to get there, found a black child that they fell in love with and wanted at the time, or it just happened that the child that was available to be adopted was a black child? Like, I feel like this question really is important in deciding on whether or not a black child should be given. Because if I were in charge of the adoption process and a white person comes and tell me that they want to adopt a black child, I do not think I would want to give you a black child. Same way you come and you tell me in this scenario now that we're saying, if I am in charge of the adoption process, and you come to tell me as a white person that you want to adopt maybe an Asian child, for example, I'm going to be like, why particularly an Asian child? You understand? Why not white child? In those questions, we can start to maybe get our answers. I've never thought I'm going to adopt a white child. And if I start to think that, I would think that is weird. In conclusion, I think the problem does not come from white people adopting black children. I think the problem comes from those terrible white people that adopt black children for terrible reasons. You understand? For bad reasons. Those bad white people, those bad white couple, or the bad white individual who's gone and decided to adopt a child for a very, very, very bad reason. And I think maybe that's what we should be focusing on. Yes, there are white people, you know, that have done terrible things, but I feel like sometimes we forget that not all white people are bad people. I don't know, maybe I've said something in this video that has offended you or that you don't agree with, but I would like to know your thoughts and opinion down below in the comment section, okay? That is how I wiped my face from the beginning to the end of this video. I just kept on wiping. So let me know down below in the comment section what you think. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye! Whoa, it's the maiden edition of the show, so let me hint you here, like right now, fam, that on Celebrity Lounge we get up close and personal with our fans' favorite in a way that you probably have never heard or seen before. So we give you the good stuff, okay? We give you the hot stuff too. All the hearsays, social media bans and vibes that mostly paint a vague picture of our celebrities are going to be brought to light in an open and leveled playing field right here on the shores of the Atlantic Ocean. So you go hear them as they hot, directly from the horse's mouth. So this is not a matter of them say, like who they say where we never say, them they yarn of patani. So without further ado, let's get right into the crux of today's show.